was sleeping with a fella most of my life. My stepmom wanted me to out all of my childhood trauma, so let's do it. My dad and mom divorced before I was even like 2 years old. My mom went on to marry my stepdad and he had 2 children already, so I had 2 older step siblings. I have 1 full blood brother from my dad and mom. When we moved in with my stepdad, my brother shared a room with his son and I shared a room with his daughter. I feel like I should give some heads up here. We are talking about addiction, so if you don't want to talk about that, then I would definitely keep scrolling. By the time I hit middle school, she was in full-blown addiction, in and out of jail, avoiding prison at any and all freaking costs. I remember one time she had gotten out of jail and she had made a friend in jail, and one night she had asked if she could have this friend sleep over. No exaggeration, this still burns in my brain very often. Kind of gruesome. Again, this is not PG. We had bunk beds. I remember waking up to the noise of full-on moaning. I had no idea what was going on. I literally sat there for a moment and started processing, and I was like, oh my gosh, they are below me fucking right now. At this point in time, I didn't even know 2 girls could do that. I had no idea, but I was like, I'm not an idiot. I was probably 12, 13. If you've ever experienced any sort of addiction, then you know, no matter what you do, if the person doesn't want help, and this is with anything and everyone, not just addiction, but if they don't want help, you're not going to change them. I think that's where I'm so frustrated with how long my parents tried to help her. Sometimes tough love and helping looks different than enabling and condoning their behavior. I remember so many times I would come home from school and all of my cameras would be taken and she would pawn them. There was times where I would come home and my iPods would be gone. Like if I ever had any name brand clothes, she would take them to Plato's Closet and sell them. You know, this burns my mom so unbelievably bad is my mom had a jewelry cabinet in our office. What happened to be in that jewelry cabinet was my mom's original wedding band and my dad's original wedding band from my biological parents when they were married. She stole it and pawned it. I remember searching and searching and searching in pawn shops with my mom. No exaggeration, for years. There was one time that she was getting released from a halfway house. My parents let her come stay back at our house again. Well, then what does that mean? We share a room once again. I was getting these bites everywhere. Like I was waking up with just horrible bug bites. They were so bad. My mom was taking me to the doctor nonstop. They could not figure out where these bumps were coming from. We didn't know if I was having an allergic reaction. She had left like the halfway house and like the motels and stuff, and she came to stay with us, but she never really stayed there. Her stuff was just there. So it was just me waking up with these bites. Come to find out, I had bed bugs. So she brought bed bugs into my bedroom. It was almost summertime, so I was gonna have to go to my dad's anyways for the summer. I got to my dad and my stepmom's house. They put all of my belongings in trash bags and left them outside for like days on end. And my mom spent the entire summer bombing my room trying to get rid of these bed bugs. And she did, but those were very much traumatizing things for me. I've never once shared any of these stories. I was embarrassed.